there, welcome back to the Ginescast. I'm your host, Gina.annunziato. Thank you so much for joining me. It's December already, and I have no idea where this year went. But that's okay, because we get a whole new year of awesomeness to experience in just a few short weeks. But I don't want to ring in the new year this year. I'm sincerely gonna fall asleep at like 8 p.m. and wake up, and it's suddenly 2019. That is my plan. However, I hope you have a more exciting one in mind for yourselves. So, in the meantime, we're gonna welcome December, and let's just sit back and enjoy the Ginescast number 30, Living in the Potential. December is usually reserved for the doldrums. It always just seems like the darkest and cloudiest month of the year. Like we got through another one, so let's just put a sparkly cap on the year with New Year's and get the hell out of here. January always seems bright and full of promise, although that seasonal depression can kick in once the snow piles up and gets all gross in the corners of the sidewalk. But honestly, I'm feeling none of that this year. I'm not feeling anything in regards to seasonal changes. It's a bit hard to explain, but I guess I'm just not thinking ahead all that much. I'm sitting just where I am and not letting whatever demons are haunting my past live in my present. Past is past, and it finally feels good. Maybe I'm not doing exactly what I want to be doing right now, but I'm doing things. I'm working really hard at my job, and I'm in line for a promotion. I'm taking trips to places around the country that I've never been. I'm keeping my apartment clean amazingly. I'm updating my wardrobe. I've been hanging out with my friends more. I'm eating healthier than I have in a long while. I'm doing laundry on a consistent basis and not leaving it to where I have 4 loads to do at once. And I'm writing something every single day. So please help me figure this out. Why in the world do I not think this is enough? Why do I think this is just a drop in the bucket compared to what I could be doing? Why do I feel the need to look at what I don't have instead of focusing on what I do? Is this a fatal flaw of mine, or does everyone possess this kind of thinking from time to time? I think it's okay to want what you don't have as long as you're working towards getting it, or at least getting a form of it. My mom always told me that you should write things down that you want on a piece of paper and read them to yourself 3 times a day. While you may not get everything you specifically asked for, whatever you end up with, you'll be happy. But when black and white thinking enters the arena, which I think happens a lot, especially online, you wind up with more disappointment than happiness. I think it's because it's just so easy to put all your eggs into one basket, hoping and praying for the best, when that thing really isn't physical, when it's just through online interactions. You've got things that people do, mostly lolcows, where they're asking people online for help and please send me some positive vibes. I'm having trouble, guys. You're giving support to someone who you don't know personally, and you're investing yourself in a way that I think has the potential for disaster. Especially if you launch yourself face first into these endeavors on such a personal level. Because one little tremor, in whatever aspect that may be, that can crack each and every last egg in your proverbial basket. This is kind of why I never understood envying someone else's relationship from afar. You're kind of only seeing what they want you to see, aka what they share on social media. We're all carefully crafting our personalities to showcase the best and sometimes worst parts of ourselves online or in the tabloids. Why wouldn't that bleed into personal interactions as well? I guess this relationship stuff I'm talking about is a thing that you mainly idolize as a teen, or at least have that teen mentality. You kind of see this YouTube couple, and they seem so perfect on the outside. Oh my God, they are like laughing together. That's so great. No one ever laughs together anymore. But you are absolutely devastated when you see their, quote, "we're breaking up" video, and they're monetizing their sadness by crying in the thumbnail. And all the cynical people around the world are like, "oh yeah, well, I saw that breakup coming a mile away." But you can't tell that to someone who's got a teen mindset or an actual teen with minimal life experience. You kind of have to let them live in the fantasy just for a bit. Let them see how shit life can be from afar rather than having them faceplant directly into that cow pie. I'm feeling incredibly cynical lately, if you haven't already noticed. For years, people have likened my persona to Daria, that MTV show, who was very cynical, but damn if she wasn't right about life all the time. Snap, snap. I'm world weary, but I'm not tired of living. So I can't really see my cynicism as a bad thing right now, because at least I'm doing something about it. I'm living and navigating all around the bullshit life throws at me right now. There is progress being made, even if I think I'm the only one who can see it. And if you spoke to me around this time 2 years ago, you'd probably catch me weeping, because I was doing it daily. I was upset about things that were completely out of my control, wondering why something wasn't happening on my time frame. And that feeling is no longer at the forefront. It may pop up from time to time, and it's always going to, I guess, live inside me somewhere, but it no longer rules me. I no longer live in the potential of something, and instead I'm really working very hard on grounding myself in reality. And this sounds good, and I feel good for saying it, but believe you me, it took a lot of hard work and a lot of kicks in life's crotch to get me here. As I get older, I'm finding and running into people more and more who just, unfortunately for them, don't have personalities. They're just pretty packages of people with little to nothing inside. And you really don't have to scrape very far past the surface to figure this out. This is just someone who's vapid, whose humor derives from media they consume. They're just consumers. They're the people in the statistics that investors want to go for so they can squeeze as much money out of them as possible. Obviously, everybody has a personality type, but not everyone can be a shining beacon of awesomeness like all of you guys and me are. I have to throw myself in there, right? It's unfortunate to me that people want to hide behind a nice exterior rather than just being true to themselves. I'm not saying I'm better than these people by any stretch of the imagination, or at least I don't allow myself to think that for very long, you know. It's just sad. It's a pity when someone would rather decorate themselves in what they think everyone else wants to see instead of being true and honest about who they are. And I know that that's such an arrogant thing to say, but I guess if we didn't project our idealized views on life, nothing would ever get done, right? No conversations would ever take place, correct? As much as it pains me to admit this, I do have to remember that some people are just about living that basic bitch life. And Godspeed to them. But I'll tell you this, I'd rather be a cynical bitch than a basic bitch. I like knowing who I am, even though there's a lot of crazy bitch that comes along with it. I'd rather live in the here and now instead of relishing in what could be, in what my online persona is. All you Instagram influencers out there. That's why, while I enjoy doing these casts, I really don't want them to be a solely get out, you can do it, life coach-esque kind of thing. I hope that's not how they're coming across, but I can get why they are from time to time. With the casts, it kind of feels like I'm mulling and putting little ingredients in my stew here until I can come up with the quote-unquote big idea that'll get me to where I need to be. Other people seem to have these super popular podcasts or online shows that get all the praise and adulation, no matter how bland or banal or flat out basic the hosts can be. But that's just not me. At least not right now. There's no need to envy other people for what they've achieved. If you craft your own style, you gotta live in that and realize that only talking about things and what you're gonna do and what you could do can get really boring after a while too. I know people enjoy these casts and I really do like writing them. And I guess we'll just see the evolution as it goes on rather than me worrying about what it could be. Focus on what it is at the moment. Focus on who you are at the moment. Because believe me, it is much more fun when you're not like everyone else. All you gotta hope for is that the right people see it. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Ginescast. Like I said, these are a lot of fun. I really enjoy writing them out. I just wish and hope and pray that I just am able to kick myself in the ass a little bit more and not feel like I'm scrambling to get these out. In the meantime, hey, I'm still doing it. I'm still hoping you're listening. Still hope you enjoy it, and we'll see where it goes. I'm just having a good time right now. A little content never hurt anybody, right? The Ginescast comes out every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you like this video, please give it a like, please leave a comment below, or share it with someone that you think would like it. If you want more from me, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and SoundCloud at HelloGines, or shoot me an email at gina.annunziato@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Ginescast. I'm your host, Gina Annunziato, and I'll see you next time. Take care.